Hello and welcome to Restore 2023. We are in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and 8. Chapter 7 continues from chapter 6 with a theme of the prophecies that are directed generally to the entire land of Israel. 7:2 states it very explicitly. But most of chapter 7 appears to be written in a poetic, or maybe half of it is poetry, half of it is prose. Some Bible translations present it as a poem and some others do not. There are some technical commentaries that highlight that in this chapter there is some play on words, some puns. I'm not qualified to go any further than that, but such literary devices, whether the poetic approach or whether these puns, they draw attention and help the message to be memorable. God emphasizes that his anger is not arbitrary. It's not capricious sent upon Israel, but actually this is consequential to what Israel has done. Verse 3. Well, they have rejected their relationship with Yahweh. The main indication for this is that they've embraced idolatry. We say the same thing in chapter 8. Their covenant with Yahweh is broken. And although it's obvious that Babylon is their enemy and previously Assyria, it is them who have caused this situation because of their sinfulness. This was blatantly obvious. Judah had put their trust in material wealth, and it's accompanying its practices, the business practices. In Deuteronomy 8, God has warned the Israelites against the very pride that they're now showing off about. It says in Deuteronomy 8, "You say in your heart, my power and the might of my hand have gained me this wealth. But remember, says the Lord, remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to get the wealth." Now, this warning was not addressed. People would commerce in the way that they've done, and now this must stop. The buyer and the seller alike, the whole multitude, verse 12, are doomed to the experience of God's anger. Chapter 7 ends with calamity upon calamity, rumor upon rumor. They will go searching for a vision from the prophet. Priestly instructions in the law will cease. The counsel of the elders will come to an end. Then we move to chapter 8, and we know that Ezekiel is a visionary prophet, and he's not limited just to one location. What we've got in chapters 8 to 11, we've got the vision of the temple in Jerusalem. And also it gives revelations about Israel's wrongdoings and also the coming punishments. And what Ezekiel sees in Jerusalem is both sad and infuriating. There is evidence here of the provocation of God. You see that in chapter 8, verse 17 to 18. This is openly done. They exactly knew what they needed to do, and yet they ignored and rejected the truth of God. To the point of verse 12 that God he doesn't see. He's so underestimated. And so my prayer for today is that God helps us not to be naive and endorse the same attitude that these guys did. We are not exempted from that. So let's tune our hearts to God's truth, and let's tune our hearts to his power, to his might in our lives. God bless you, and join us tomorrow for chapters 9 and 10.